Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Let me see. Yep. Okay. What am I missing? Oh, nothing. I think because I'm ready, I got my slides up. That's confusing me. Church Nelly. There is our Church Nelly. Church Nelly has some stuff she wants you to try up there. Thank you very much, Church Nelly. Ooh, Church Nelly. Um, have you been in the tonic? What is going on? Oh, those are all different. Okay. Thank you, Church Nelly. Oh, okay. And Connie Balmer. Hey, Connie Balmer. Happy Monday to you. Thank you so much for being here. Um, okay, let me turn my ringer off. And who else is here? Nancy Herlock and BW is here. And Fu. Okay, I'm just gonna take a big slide all the way down. Oh, BW, thank you so much. And thank you for the super sticker. Yes, thank you very much, BW. Happy Monday to you. And also, thank you for being a member of Royal Sussex. Happy Monday. All right, I'm going to go all the way down. And I'll say hello to you guys as we go along. Gonna try to get you out of here in an hour today. I don't think it should be much more than that. I'm pretty sure of it. So let's see how it goes. Hello, Joan Garcia, Fatima Owen, Judy, Elizabeth Daniel, Brenda Phillips wants to say hi to a few people. Thank you very much. All right. There we go. So someone else has posted yet another one of those AI images, and I think the tiaras. The only thing is the computer is supposed to be able, or the AI or whatever, is supposed to be able to imagine the type of scene it should be. And this is very accurate. I must say, Harry seems to be really coming out the winner in these things because he is Harry looks like he's in his 20s there. Uh, and because our Duchess is always so ageless, I wouldn't even want to try to assign a number. But Harry, in particular, looks like he's in his 20s. He looks like he's just bought a Corvette. You know what I mean? No, a Camaro. Yeah, it's very old school. Harry, if he lived in that age of the Chevrolet Camaro, that is that. Can you believe I just bought a Camaro face? So, and of course, just to make sure that it has the proper setting, I decided to add a frame, a bit of shadow, and give it a deep purple background. So everything there looks flawless except for one thing, that tiara is too much. I doubt if we'll ever see our Duchess in a tiara again. Um, but if she does, I'm pretty sure that there would be a good occasion for it. But unless there's like some type of White House dinner or something like that, and even then, I severely doubt that she would wear one. And especially the way people feel about things, I would really doubt it. Although I would love to see her face framed with a beautiful tiara, I would not. I wouldn't bet on seeing that ever again. But of course, our Queen in Heaven, she definitely did not mind jewelry. I think Diana. They said Diana once. I saw that on a documentary. They said she would mix the real stuff with the fake stuff, and she'd go to any little boutique somewhere and buy something for little or nothing, and put it on and would be the belle of the ball. Very sweet. Uh, Let me see. Winsome Jones says, Baron, you are so right. We can all see that is Harry is getting the best of care from Meghan. Yeah, Harry is, he's in a very good place. And I'm praying that none of this stuff shakes him to the core. He has a support network, something that he didn't have before. So I suspect that as life goes, you're going to have the good and the bad, and we're all going to be shaken by things that are out of our control. And of course, as life goes, sometimes we are shaken by things that are within our control, but we're only humans, so we will fall short sometimes. But the important thing is to know when to ask for help and, of course, where to go for help. So, they have had a challenging time. It's just amazing the way, the last time something like that happened, if you guys remember Dusseldorf, when they went to Dusseldorf for the, 1 year countdown, and then next thing you know, the Queen died, and they were supposed to have this big, you know, month, and then that happened. And now you can see with this is like, as they say, history repeating. They were supposed to have this, and even though it was Meghan's, I always just say they, because they're such a team. So once again, they were supposed to have a big month, and then of course it was interrupted by something from Narnia. So I don't even know what lesson to take from that. I'm just saying that appears to be the way it is, but um, what can you do, right? So let's see. Karen, you said watching your earlier video, I was heartbroken. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Watching your earlier video was heartbreaking. Listening to Gertrude, yeah, Gertrude. Oh man, that I actually found myself tearing up again, and I don't know. It's like I haven't seen that video in my files for ages. And when I was putting John Miller, um, I was going to do the John Miller. I said, you know what? Is see? Let me see if this fits, and it did kind of fit into it. So I'm like, okay, I'll just string the two of those together, and I'll post it like that. And I started getting that feeling of doubt as I was doing it, because I'm like, Gertrude is quite triggering, and not for the wrong reason, but at the same time, I felt like Gertrude was a necessary reminder that this is something that is always seems to be lurking. Is that we just need that reminder that Harry um, does live under threat, and because of the tabloid media, and I do blame the tabloid media, now they have put like this photographic bounty on everybody's head, and that is not a good thing. So, um, Gertrude, I suppose Gertrude's tears were pretty much everyone's tears that have any type of love and respect for the Sussexes. So, um, yeah, it was very tough, very very tough, sobering too. Um, so yeah, but thank you for watching, though, Karen. I appreciate you watched that video. Um, and also the other point of that, of course, was John Miller, just to remind us that there is someone who has gone on record, especially someone with unimpeachable credentials, um, someone who's worked within that system, that is able to disseminate the information in a way that I don't think even the mayor of New York would not have. Well, his credibility, huh? But I don't think he would even have the credibility that John Miller has. So it makes a big difference when someone speaks from their knowledge and experience compared to someone being pretty much given one of those spur of the moment questions in a press conference. Um, Very big difference. So I do thank God for that John Miller video. And also, I have to give Max Foster. He seemed to have a moment of clarity, but still keep an eye on that one. Elaine Parker, thank you for the super sticker and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Pauline Allen said if Gertrude can get why Prince Harry needs security, one continues to wonder the real reason his dad does not get it. His dad doesn't want to get it. His dad doesn't protect the people closest to him. His dad, I would say that as easily as it seemed to be to manipulate other members of the royal family, even though Charles is supposed to be older and wiser and, you know, all of the things that comes with a lifetime of knowledge and wisdom of working and living and being indoctrinated by that system, he seems to be clueless. He's probably very easily manipulated. So I would say expect very little from him and you will never be disappointed. If it's about architecture or gardens or something like that, he's all over it. But it's the people thing, the people type of relationships, I don't suppose he gets. And all of that he seems to have gone through to recover his reputation and also to reform the reputation of Camilla, people say that they don't even spend that much time together. Like just after the Queen's funeral, he went his way and she went to her house. He needed to decompress and be alone. So I understand the, very smart people don't share the same bed. I get that thing. That's how the aristocracy has lived for a long time. But the idea that they're not even sharing the same house. They don't even share the same house. It's reported that Camilla, there was like no chance she was going to give up her own property and that she spends a great deal of time there. And I think she's just gone on her second outing since the coronation. I think this is the second one. Let's see here. DRG, thank you so much for the PayPal and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Kept you waiting there, didn't I? Royal Sussex. I wanted to go very deep. Let me see here. Royal Sussex. Manello, thank you very much for the super sticker and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Monday to you. Okay, so anyway, thank you all very much. Let me go to the next slide. So, may I present the modern slimmed down royal family? Yes, this is the modern slimmed down monarchy. There is the U-boat captain with the red blazer on. And of course, I think that's the Duchess of Gloucester, right? And of course, formerly known, the manipulative, backstabbing side piece, formerly known as Camilla Parker Bowles. Well, as you can see, she seems to be a bit worse for wear. Not sure what's going on with those ankles or whatever, but yeah, she's actually sitting on something like a porch, like a porch swing. It's a bench type of swing. And I suppose she's at the garden show. Anyway, she's taking a much needed rest. So, yeah, that is the future of the royal family. Those are the senior royals. But yeah, that's the slimmed down monarchy as we know it. I see at least one pair of Sophia Petrillo orthopedic shoes. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, she gets about, and that's the whole point. And of course, the U-boat captain, Princess Michael of Kent, all those years of racism has just worn her down. All those years of buying blackamoor antiques and such has finally gotten the better of her. Hello, Rick. Thank you so much for the super sticker and happy Monday to you. Thank you so much for being here. And take a look here. So, this is Royal Sussex. So, as you can see there, 542 live streams. This must be 543. And I made a video last night, so I think that might be 449 now. So, and 16 shorts. Remember, I told you the bulk of the videos I put up, very few of those are short. So, when I say that there's over 1,000 videos now, I do mean there is 1,000 videos. So, it's hard to believe, but it is true. There are 1,000 episodes, more or less, of Royal Sussex. So pretty cool, pretty cool. I'm very happy about that. It's a great milestone. The thing is, I would have to have 100,000 subscribers to get that silver play button, and I would love to have the silver play button, but I don't have enough subscribers. But at the same time, take a look at this: 18.4 million views. That's a lot of views. And the watch time, so that means that all the people that have watched Royal Sussex has totaled 4.3 million hours of viewing. That is incredible. I don't know how that could have happened, but these are silver play button numbers, but I just don't have the 100,000 subscribers. So, I mean, it's not the biggest deal, but I would just love to see that on the wall, but someday, I mean, at the rate I'm going, it should take about 2 or 3 years, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, pretty cool though. I would love to have that button, the silver play button, which arrives in to your home already like framed. And if they ever change the standards for that, I'm pretty sure that either one of those numbers should be a silver play button. But that's just not the way it works. So you have to have 100,000. And there are people that have 100,000 subscribers that don't even have an active channel that has like 5 videos. Oh, can you believe that? They may have 5 videos and not nearly as many views, but yet they get that silver play button. I want that silver play button. Things are going to get messy if I don't get that silver play button. Now the Scorpio is coming out of me. I want that silver play button. So anyway, take a look here. This is the listing for the Gracie Awards. And as you can see at the top, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, for Archetypes, Spotify, what else? Something else, an Archetype audio, podcast host, entertainment, what is that? DM something national. But yeah, so there it is right there. 48th Annual Gracie Award. Wow, 48 years of Gracies. That's impressive. Thank you, Sonia Johnson. Yes, Lydia, I want that silver play button. And if I get that silver play button, nobody gets hurt. But if I don't get one, I cannot make any promises. I want that silver play button. I sound like that little girl from the movie The Bad Seed. Give me those shoes, Leroy. Leroy, give me those shoes. Remember that? The Bad Seed. Boy, that was a weird movie. Give me those shoes, Leroy. And then when Leroy figured out that the little girl was a bit of a homicidal maniac, ooh boy! And then okay, let me stop talking about that movie. It, you could tell it was based on a play, but if you guys haven't seen the movie Bad Seed with Patty McCormick was her name. Oh my goodness, that was a good movie. Give me those shoes, Leroy. I would love to see her and like the Wicked Witch of the Wizard of Oz. I would love to see them duke it out over a pair of shoes. Give me those shoes, Wicked Witch. Oh man. So last night I found another channel that is a Sussex friendly space, and it is called Catula Bubble. But anyway, I noticed that some of the squatties had already found it. I believe I saw, let me see, Connie Bomber. I saw Connie Bomber over there and a few other people. But I have to say, it's very good. She is a very, very bright individual. And I really enjoyed listening to her pick apart some of these things the media has been force feeding us. Super, super insightful. And you guys, I'm recommending this channel the same reason why I recommend a few other channels, including Hello, Ivy here, because it's an exercise. We're not going to always get it right, but we need to get it right more often than not. And that is to make sure that we are taking proper care of what we bring into our minds. You know what I'm saying? Whatever we pull into our minds, we need to know why they use certain words. We need to understand what can trigger us and also learn how to react better to what triggers us. Because one of the things that we were supposed to have gotten out of last week was to be demoralized and to lose our sense of place, to lose our mojo. And of course, you know, that first 24 hours, I was pretty upset. But the next day, as usual, I kind of bounced back quick from those things. Once I can see what's at play, I'm a lot better off than if I don't know where things are coming from, if I don't know why things are happening. It doesn't stop me from feeling bad about certain things, um, but yeah, I don't like bullies. You guys know that, so I decided to put it in perspective as best I could, and then I had to uh, I guess get back on the horse. And you know, when you fall off the horse, they say you're supposed to get back on immediately, otherwise you may never ride a horse again. Jacqueline Squash, the official chaplain of Royal Sussex, says, "Hello, Baron, moderators, and Squatty family. God's holy word declares in Luke 10:19, behold, I give unto you the power to tread on serpents and scorpions and overall the power of the enemy." Well, thank you so much, Jacqueline Squash. That is absolutely powerful words. Thank you so much for being the official chaplain of Royal Sussex. All right. What's that? John Garcia says those heathens were trying to get us upset along with Harry and Meghan. Yeah, they were. They were really coming for us. Oh, thank you so much. Lydia has the link. Um, and you know what? When the squatties decide to, um, what do you call it, to support a channel, powerful things really do happen. So I hope she's ready for us because, we're kind of a odd bunch because we expect the best, right? Um, within reason. So let me post that link at the top of the chat. Okay. And there we go. So there's the link at the top of the chat, just in case you lose it. And then, all right, so let me see. Yesterday, she had 477 subscribers. Gee, I wonder how many she got now. Because when the Sussex squad has your back, the Sussex squad has your back, right? So let me take a look. I want to see how many subscribers she has now. Um, oh, this is fun. I love this. Let me see, 477. And the squatties, oh, now it's 870. It has almost doubled. It's almost doubled in just what, not even 12 hours, right? So thank you very much, everyone, for going over there to check out the channel. I really do appreciate it. What I love is that I think she has a certain voice that will appeal to people. So, um, you know, I don't expect everybody to really embrace the Royal Sussex style. If you do like it, gravy, but it's not for everybody. So the point is, we have to have a community, and always you have to invite other voices into your day because that way you can get a very well-rounded view. Um, of events and everything else. So let me see. This is what I'm trying to do. So thank you, squatties. There we go. I was trying to give you guys some applause. So thank you very much. And anyway, I can't wait to see her next video. I am officially subscribed. Okay, so let me see here. What else do we have? Oh my goodness, it's already been 30 minutes, and I promised you guys we'd be out of here in an hour. So let me shake a tail feather. Come on, let me see you shake a tail feather. Come on, let me see you shake a tail feather. Okay, Gayle King finds it troubling that some are downplaying Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's New York City car chase. Gayle King, um, sometimes she seems like a lesson of contradictions. Um, some of the things that I've seen her say about people and some of the interviews that she's done has been a bit controversial, but at the same time, she has been a very strong supporter of the Sussexes. So, for that reason, I have, warmed to Gayle King again. It's not that I didn't like her, it's just some of the career choices rubbed me the wrong way. So much so that I won't even speak about them because Gayle King, as far as I'm concerned, is doing the Lord's work. But of course, as I watched Oprah Winfrey since 1984, um, I have known of Gayle King almost as long, known of her, don't know her as a person, but she does good things. And one of my favorite, of course, was I'm sure that Gayle King gave the Sussexes a bit of protection with the birth of Lily Diana because when she was on the Drew Barrymore show, she kind of reinforced the idea that there was going to be a home birth. And it was, you could almost see the way it all unfolded. And I think it kind of threw people off the trail a bit. So for that, I am eternally grateful to Gayle King. And maybe it was just by chance that she said that. I don't know for sure. I haven't been in touch with her. But it just seems like it was part of a greater plan and it worked out epically. And Lily Diana was safely delivered. So if Gayle King had any part to play in that, God bless her. But I'm sure there was a lot of things at play at that time. But I just recall almost immediately while I'm, celebrating the fact that Lily Diana is here. And then I started remembering that conversation Gail had. And I think it may have helped, maybe. Let me see here. Joey Moore says, bearing between watching all the Squatty podcasts and me going to the YMCA, this will help my mental health. This has been a rough week. Meghan and Harry, and these male Karens I live around. Yeah, it has been a rough week, and I when I found that channel, it really, I think, okay, I know what I'm trying to say is hearing a new voice and hearing somebody else gets it, because it's very difficult for us as the supporters we are, when it seems like we're speaking another language, when we, you know like my aunt always asked me about things, and she said, yeah, I heard that that they had only been followed for about 10 minutes, but they said it was 2 hours. Now she didn't believe that because she understands how that stuff goes, and that's why she asked me questions, because she's like, well, why is that? And that's the unfortunate part, is that a lot of people don't have anyone to bounce those things off. So hopefully by having a larger community of supporters on social media, um, we'll get there. We will get there. So I really wanted to do something with TikTok and to do more shorts. And I really want to do something very fast and very precise, because that's how most people take in information nowadays. We are in the age of the soundbite, and the even the headlines. Most people won't read the articles, but the headlines are printed out or displayed, or however they see them uploaded. They are seen as a dialogue rather than a headline. I mean, it's if Meghan and Harry come to the Jubilee, will people boo him? I know, will you boo them? Not people, not will they be booed, but will you boo them? And that's ridiculous on the surface, but it hits the target. And as, oh gosh, what is her name? The other one that I've been watching, she just said in one of her videos is that the point is that if the headline is outrageous, then without even reading it, you're likely to share it. And I've been guilty of that myself. If I think it's something that a person is interested in, I will send the article, because I don't always have time for it, but I will forward it. And I'm not talking about articles about the Sussexes. I mean, if it's a band, if it's a movie review or something like that, I have just seemingly unconsciously forwarded that link to someone and didn't even read it myself, or a link to a video and didn't even watch it myself. And sometimes, most times, I'm pretty good with, you know, directing things to the right place. But then there is the occasional, I was wondering why you sent me that, and I'm just like, oh, what was it about? That's bad. I should never have to say, oh, what was that about? What they say? That's bad. So I imagine that a lot of people do the very same thing. And that is why those headlines I think, are more dangerous than the article, because if you actually read the articles, you'll find out, just like the one from Kate's uncle, Gary, whatever it is. The party favors the party favor party pieces guy. Um, the article that I don't think he wrote it. He talked to someone. It had so little to do with Kate, and it was actually it had so little to do with the Sussexes or about Harry in particular, but it was all about uplifting Kate and presenting the Coke or Pepsi scenario. Which do you choose? This has all these toxic ingredients, and this one is made with the most wholesome ingredients. Blah 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 blah. Which do you choose, Coke or Pepsi? That is the way that article was written. Was lesser of two evils, or good versus evil, whichever you choose. So, yeah, okay. Thank you, Joy Amore. Um, mm, 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 mm. Oh, really? Okay. Oh, okay. Well, thank you so much for that. What is it? Ayana Sewall? I hope all of the individuals that were experiencing sickness, having surgeries, and death are feeling better now through everybody's prayer. Absolutely, because as I say, sometimes we are a older crowd on this social media platform, and we are experiencing all types of things that happens in life. Um, so yeah, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay, I better get to moving here because I am dragging behind here. I'm just scrolling through, and I'm going to go to the next thing. So, right here, Gayle King, it is troubling that people are downplaying Harry and Meghan's car crash. And that was in page 6. And part of my struggle was the taxi driver who all of a sudden has gone silent. I don't know if I'm hoping that perhaps when he was on that, when they interviewed him, when John Miller was there and they, went to him, I had to cut part of that because, I mean, this guy right here triggers me, right? So I'm hoping that someone finally talks some sense into him. This is not a joke. The laughing constantly is terribly distracting and also causes pain to people. I hope he gets that. He seems like a nice guy. And all of a sudden, he has gone from just this taxi driver on the street, and everybody in the world that has heard any part of this situation probably knows who he is now. And that is a lot for anybody. And how you handle these things, well, that's on a case by case basis. And for him, he got pretty silly, and it was it seemed like it was a big joke. And as bad as everyone was feeling, here he comes. So hopefully somebody got to him, someone on the right side of things, not the wrong side of things. Hopefully, someone has intervened and said to him, "Listen, shut up, stop talking. You're making matters worse. This is a situation that is causing injury to people, mentally causing injury to people, and you are not making anything better. This is not a joke." So, oh, you saw that, Lola Love? I saw that CNN panel interview with Sonny and John Miller. Sonny was surprised to hear that there was indeed a chase before him. John Miller made it clear to him. Yeah, and you could see that the lady that was there, I forget her name, she was like, yeah, she was like exhausted of him as well. And it seems as though his demeanor changed ever so slightly when someone finally explained to him, this is what's happening. See, he's a casual observer of probably most things in life, which you can say about most people. And so the whole thing of Harry and Meghan, for someone like him, the average layperson, they are a characterization of who they're of their real selves, right? Of their true selves. They have become characterizations. And like so many famous people, after they have been dehumanized to the point where they don't even recognize themselves, then of course enters a taxi driver who all of a sudden has been propelled to the focal point of the story. He's the only person that we've heard from that was actually in a vehicle with them that night. The only person. If there's someone else, I don't know of it. So, of course, they would go to him, and the spin doctors doing what spin doctors do, the royal reporters do what they do so well. They manage to misrepresent everything that happened that night where he was concerned, and even in places where he had nothing to do with it. Very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. And I promise you guys, if I never see that face again, it'll be too soon. Not that I have it in for him, not that I hate him, but the laughing while people are discussing something as serious as that, and especially the fact that he, through no fault of his own, I imagine, was being used by some pretty sinister people, um, it just did not help. It did not help. And when they presented things to him, he didn't seem to know the difference between a leading question and someone asking you to tell your truth as you know it. And the bad part about it is, it started off very good when he spoke to, of all people, hoghead Pierce Morgan. And after that Pierce Morgan interview, everything went right off the rails. It was inconsistencies, the laughing, and so on. So if I never see him again in life, it'll be too soon. I hope he can quickly and urgently, quickly, fast, whatever, go back to obscurity where you were and never speak of the Sussexes again. Please, never. Toxic, Mystic Toxin, that is, says, Baron, I understand how shallow it sounds to laugh, but I personally laugh in stressful situations at times, especially if I'm on the spot. I think he was nervous. Well, Mystic Toxin, you have heard Royal Sussex long enough to know that some of my humor is quite inappropriate, and I have laughed in some awful situations. But after a while, and this is why I said, through no fault of his own, I'm not angry with him. I don't think he meant anything malicious. It hurt in that moment. It really, really was painful because it was frustrating that he didn't seem to understand, or he probably didn't understand exactly how much pain he was causing the people with the inconsistencies. And then when you think about the fact that he may have been paid to do that, he may have actually been paid to do that. And that's why I said, when he was on the John Miller interview, it seemed like things became clear at that point. And then I don't think we've heard from him since. And so maybe that's why. I hope that he gets it. I hope that it's understood that you are making a bad situation worse. Um, yeah, and that's it. And maybe it's just a matter of a very nice person got caught up in something that was so much bigger than anything that anyone could have anticipated for himself. Um, so yeah, that's it. But yeah, I understand. Thank you for sharing that. So I threw this in here so that we can all take some deep breaths together. And if you're listening, um, Robert Jobson, I want you to take some deep breaths. Right? And for the rest of us, just take a regular deep breath. There's something so calming about flowers, and especially when it comes to Princess Diana's forget me nots. So that is something that I want you guys to do. Remember to breathe. Of course, you're breathing. If you hear my voice, then you're probably still breathing, but take some deep breaths and close your eyes and take those deep breaths so that you can decompress. And we're good. All right. So yeah, that is what we need to do is take some deep breaths, and also um, Robert Jobson, you take some deep breaths. Okay. Let me see here. Oh, is there a birthday? Lady Foot, happy birthday. Oh, happy birthday, Lady Foot. Many happy returns of the day. Did I get that right? Val Rich, thank you for being here. And VS Speaks Royally, thank you for being here. Oh, that was very nice. That was very nice. Beautiful forget me nots. I planted some last summer in her remembrance of her. Very, very cool. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, those are beautiful. I could just look at that all day. Okay, so Princess Anne. Now, this makes little or no sense, but that's never stopped him before. Don't be surprised that Princess Anne had warm words for Harry at the coronation. She always had a soft spot for her nephew, writes Kay Mancy. Could she be called upon to help King Charles reconcile with his troubled younger son? Maybe the word shouldn't be could, maybe it should be would she? Would she? Or why would she? Is there a snowball's chance in hell would she? This is why I call myself a royal expert, a royal reporter, because I can sit up and think of stuff with the best of them. I could just sit there and out of the blue, Camilla Tomini, Camilla Tomini, I could sit there out of the blue and just yank stuff out the air and speak of it as if it's really possible or if it really happened. You understand what I'm saying? It's so easy to do that. All you have to do is dream. Dream up, daydream. Yeah, daydream. And come up with something pretty ridiculous. Princess Anne is not going to do anything. Princess Anne does not help her brother. She helps the crown. She doesn't help her brother. Princess Anne doesn't suggest to her brother. She does not, as far as I can tell from listening to her conversation, I think she feels naturally obliged to support the crown. It's something that she's always done and it's something she always will do. And when William is king, she will continue to do the same thing she's always been. You don't ever, like, let me say, When was the last time we've actually seen Princess Anne do anything with Charles besides the coronation or the funeral or something like that? When is she ever involved with him? She used to do stuff with her mother, but Charles, not so much. And we can't say because Camilla's there because far too often Camilla is absent. So Princess Anne does what Princess Anne wants to do. And she is going to support the crown as she's always supported the crown, regardless of who's wearing it. And whatever she feels for Prince Harry, I'm sure it's all very sweet. I think that she and Harry and her father, Philip, have that pretty identical energy, right? They have that bit of a rebel energy, and yet Harry still has confidence in the relevancy of the crown. He still believes in monarchy. So, in spite of everything, he still believes that something good can be had from the monarchy. I believe that it's an amazing platform, and if used properly, yeah, it could probably change things for people. It could make the world a better place. But the way it's used today, which I'm going to get to that very soon, I don't see any future for it. It seems much to do about nothing. Okay, so remember this exclusive. Princess Anne heads to California to deal with Harry and Meghan amid Netflix fallout. Remember, Princess Anne was supposed to go charging off to California to deal with the Sussexes, the same way she went charging out of that Range Rover when her dog bit somebody and she had to go into court. That's where that photo comes from. And look at poor Zara, the tongue ring Tyndall. She's doing the best she can to catch up with her mother before she decks somebody. Princess Anne went stumping. I mean, you could see her German roots. Look at there. She's stumping. You know what I'm saying? Like she's about to invade Poland. See how she's that's them German roots. Um, the Queen of Prussia. I mean, literally, she just. I wish I could find the video because it seems like she leapt out of the Range Rover and went stumping into the courthouse. What's this? What's this? Um, Plain talking. Matter of fact, I think that if I had three wishes, one of them would be Princess Anne on the witness stand. I would love to see Princess Anne in a witness box somewhere. That would probably be one of those things that one would never forget. Could you imagine Anne on court TV? Could you imagine her being on court TV? In any court with a camera, just being Anne. Now, I'd pay good money for that. But yeah, that's those German roots just stumping. I'm going to take Poland. Oh, well, that's our Afro Annie. Sometimes she's a little weird and hard to understand, but well, it wouldn't be Anne if she wasn't, right? So um, let me see. I think, yes, I think we should, right? Why not? Okay, let me see. Which one do I want? This one. I haven't seen this one in a while. Right on. right on. What's this? All right, so exclusive. 5 mansions, not enough, claims source close to Prince William and Kate Middleton. Cost of living crisis could mean that they need somewhere for the Middleton family to live after selling business to avoid bankruptcy. Couple in fight to take home from Andrew. So I think this is in reference to the Middleton family um, losing party pieces. And of course, people are saying that they're bankrupt. And I don't know, maybe that connection they had with Uncle Gary is not panning out like it used to. But whatever the case may be, it seems like the Middleton family have spent way too much money trying to get that mediocre daughter of theirs into the right schools and into the royal family, a family no one else um, chose to marry into to become the future Princess of Wales. If you guys remember, nobody wanted William. And so all he was left with was Kate Middleton. He didn't want her, allegedly. Nobody else wanted that position. Whoever married William would be where Kate is today. And in spite of everything seemingly available to the person who took that position, it's amazing that they could not convince anyone else to do it. And so, after 10 years, 10 years of plotting and scheming and changing schools, he finally asked Kate, "Will you marry me?" I think the hardest part was probably having to say that to the Queen. I'm going to ask Kate to marry me. Ugh, ugh. So let me see here. Super chat from Anne Gormley. That video of Afro Annie made my day. Oh, cool. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you for being here with us at Royal Sussex. Very cool. Thank you very much. Lola Love says, Princess Anne has always been kind of rebellious. I can see her loving her nephew. She was close to the Queen, and I can see her being the one who gave Harry documents about William's payoff. That would be interesting. Although I would doubt if Anne would participate with anything like that. She'd probably just stay out of it. Um, and I like I said, I think her offices are at St. James Court. I'd be curious to know if she's the only member of the family that has offices at St. James Court. It almost seems like she just wants to be away from everybody else. Yeah, so she kind of operates independent of the rest of the family. I think. I can't be sure, but I think so. And then, as you see on the left side, that was the image that I told you guys I have been looking into the social media of some of those derangers, right? Well, they had this illustration, and I could not leave well enough alone. I said, nope, I will reimagine that image if you don't mind. And so I came up with that very interesting uh, I went to work on it. Sometimes, let me tell you how mean I am. Sometimes I will take something like that and give it back to them. I literally posted in the thread. I didn't do that yesterday. I just posted it on my own Twitter account. But that's what I do sometimes. I was like, oh, y'all think that's cute? Wait till I get through with it. And I promise you that only took me about 15 minutes to do that. Um, find the photo and everything. But yeah, so That is the way I see her. So, some people see her through dare I, rose colored glasses. And then there's the way we see her. So, okay. Now,
reasons Catherine is so popular amongst certain demographics, and I'm going to say older people and men, is because she says absolutely nothing. Yeah. She's a good little girl who keeps quiet and doesn't complain, doesn't do anything, doesn't rock the boat, and is a very traditional, old-fashioned, mute woman.
Take note, Nicola. There it is. Right.
One of the reasons Catherine is so popular amongst certain demographics, and I'm going to say older people and men, is because she says absolutely nothing. Yeah. She's a good little girl who keeps quiet and doesn't complain, doesn't do anything, doesn't rock the boat, and is a very traditional, old-fashioned, mute woman.
Take note, Nicola. There it is.
Right. I told you I'd find it. Take a note, Nicola. An old-fashioned mute woman. I love it. No wonder they couldn't stand having that around. Okay, you guys, here we go. Now, this is how my day started. It is the flower show, I think. And Kitty has done it again. There she is wearing that homely dress that she and her mother have shared for some weird reason. But there she is at the flower show. And the kids, the parents, and even some of the counselors or teachers or whatever, they seem to be dumbstruck and not sure what to make of her. Wait, it gets better, you guys. It gets better. Hoppo, who this woman? Who that woman, Hoppo? Hoppo, who that woman? That is the way everybody looked at her. Everybody has that. I mean, even look at the lady there on the right side. Hoppo, who that woman? Everybody, and this keeps happening. This is not an isolated event. This just keeps happening. And one would imagine at a certain point that they would change strategies, right? They just keep doing it. It doesn't matter what the people in the background are saying or doing or thinking or feeling, long as they think she's thinking and doing and feeling and seeing and whatever. That is all they care about, is that they show Kate is out there. Kate is trying to recover in her polling scores. I'm convinced that the polls are so far off the mark and that things are so much worse than people imagine. If not, then why are they making these Herculean efforts to try to make her look good? They want to make her the people's princess. They are, you know how they were always saying that she's doing her own thing and she's not trying to be Diana 2.0. Are you sure? Because it looks like Diana 2.0 to me, or at least an attempt at it. If not, what else could it be? The only difference is Diana had kids clamoring to hold her. This does not appear to be that in any form or fashion. Like, take a look. I told you guys it gets better. Take a look. This is how thrilled those kids are to meet her. So I am going to go out on the limb. I don't care if people are hate watching and you want to go back and report what I say, but I cannot help but think that there has been a bit of an effect from the book, from the interviews, from the podcast, from the Sussex squad, from the TikTok. There has been an impact, and these kids see right through it. And there does not seem to be anybody that can penetrate this wall between Kate and the rest of humanity. They're not buying it. Kate is about as warm as a Rocky Mountain rattlesnake. She's about as warm as any serpent in the tall grass. And it shows. There's no there. Either a person has it or they don't. She does not have it. And the kids are not having it. And it doesn't matter if they black kids, white kids, Southeast Asian kids. It doesn't matter. There is no connection. And we have seen this again and again. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait until people finally see through this charade. Or charade, depends on how you say it. But I can't wait until they can see through it, because it is so obvious that no one is happy to see her. Nobody. This is an incredible imposition on what would have otherwise have been a very pleasant outing for the kids. Oh, this is what I was trying to do. Alan Vernon says, Baron, you can't blame Kate. Princess Meghan had not been out in anything she can copy. Right. So it's like if she doesn't have the ability to try to replicate her sister-in-law, then she doesn't have any reference. And therefore, when she goes out on these outings, she has no connection. She wouldn't anyway, but thank you very much, Alan Vernon, for the super chat. But yeah, so there you go. It is pretty pathetic, but they keep trying it. And this may be one of the issues right here. This is what you don't see in the British tabloid media. This is what you rarely see, is the wall of cameras. And I wonder, do the parents know that this is happening, or do they even care? I'm not even going to say that the parents don't know about it for certain, because maybe they do, but maybe it's the excitement of the moment that they don't really consider what it entails. But there's a wall of cameras, and those kids are so, I remember being a kid. I remember the idea of being in a newspaper or being on TV or anything like that. It was exciting. But for some reason, it doesn't transfer nowadays. I guess because kids are so blasé with all the social media that's out there. Why would they care, right? It's no big deal. But, all right, so what about the person? That doesn't seem to make a big impression with them either. They could give a rat's behind who's showing up if their name is Kate Middleton. They don't care. They do not care. They are just simply buying their time till they could really get away from her and the cameras and go and have fun. I'm trying to think, are there any videos out there where you see they keep showing how Kate is so engaged with a child? I don't recall seeing one. I'm trying to think if there is one. I cannot think of it. I don't remember Kate making these incredible connections, and they'll just go on and on about it like it's a gold dress or, something else silly that she's done. I don't recall anything like that. So if it does exist, I don't recall. Probably because it has not happened. But they keep trying to force it upon the public that she is Diana 2.0. And that's the thing is, they say that Meghan wants attention. They say that Meghan wants to be Diana 2.0, and almost in the same breath, you see them pushing all of this stuff on people. So, let me see here. Trying to find that. Was this it? No, that's not it. Okay, let me see. Set the mood, is it? Set the mud? Mood? Mud? Okay. Let me see. Kate and Camilla are beefing. I think Prince Andrew might spill the tea because he is getting evicted. Well, yeah, you know what? I saw like several stories about Kate and Camilla not getting on with each other, not to mention the fact that I don't notice any with the whole run up to the coronation. And even before that, I don't ever recall seeing Kate curtsy to Camilla. I don't suppose William would allow her to curtsy to Camilla. I just don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that is a possibility. I believe that the standing order in the Cambridge household, no curtsying to Camilla. Final. That's it. Nobody's going to do it. Not the kids, not Kate, and certainly not William. It's just not going to be done. And I believe that also probably includes Anne. Anne is not going. I would be surprised if I ever see Anne curtsy to Camilla. I want you guys to keep an eye on that because I don't think it's going to happen. I think that, okay, you want her, have her. You want to make her queen, make her queen. But we are not going to curtsy to her. And I think that's where it ends, right there. Just the same way, if you guys remember from Spare, Harry told Meghan, sure, curtsy to my grandmother, curtsy to my father, not to Camilla. And that has probably been a standing rule within that family for a long time. We're not going to do that. And it's been very discreet. Nobody has said anything about it publicly. And of course, the press, who's in Camilla's pocket, won't say anything, but there is a total lack of deference where she's concerned. They greet her, but there's not going to be any curtsies. There's not going to be any bowing. So very interesting. But thank you very much for the super chat. All right. Okay. All right, let me go to the next slide. There you go. So there again, too many cameras. And the kids, I mean, how cheesy is this? She literally sat down to a picnic with them. And as you can see in so many photos, the child leans away from her. How many photos have we seen where a child leans away from her? And this young lady and the one next to her, look at them. Look at their body language. They are leaning away. I wonder what is it about Kate that causes someone to lean away from them like that? Don't know. But that's exactly what's happening. Now, right here, wait, that's not what I'm looking for. The Princess of Wales has made a surprise appearance at the Chelsea Flower Show where she's enjoying a picnic with school. Oh, God, I hate reading it. With school children. Those kids thought they were going to have fun. And notice they said surprise visit. They told the kids, we're going to go to the flower show and we're going to have fun and we're going to have a picnic and you guys can run and play and see the flowers and you can name the flowers. And next thing you know, here comes Kate. Here comes Kate. What's that? Petal said, how is it a surprise visit when you show up with a whole photography team? Exactly. You got every reporter that they could find with a camera there, photojournalists, whatever. You got them all there, and you're terrorizing other people's children. Let me see here. Those two children. I'm sorry, those two talking about her behind. Oh my goodness. Yeah. As a matter of fact, it looks like I see at least 5 of them that seem to be like, look at those extensions. Nah, that's not a hair. Those are extensions. Look at it. Look at her extensions. That's not real hair. You see it? Look, those are extensions. I'm telling you, those are extensions. Those are extensions. Extensions, extensions, extensions. Maybe they see tracks. I don't know. Maybe they're looking at her tracks. Oh my God, that's funny. Thank you, Shelly L. And then, of course, even the school teacher. And look at that one student back there. Please don't notice me. Please don't notice me. Is that a teacher, a parent, or what? But look at her. She's like, oh, I'm pretty sure that this is disruptive. If this is truly a surprise, they have disrupted. Those kids have binders, right? And you know Kate don't like binders. They have binders. They have things that they were supposed to learn. And then here comes Kate. And the kids are just like leaning away, whispering behind her back. And oh, this is, I know, you guys, please don't get angry. I just had to show it to you. Sweetest photo from today. Yes, she's barely touching those 2 children of color that are not her own, of course. She's barely touching them, but just enough to make sure that there's a photo op. Let me see. Marcy, did you get it right? Let me see. Baron, country cottage kitchen. Wait. Is Kate's country cottage kitchen curtains? How many words is that? Kate's country cottage kitchen curtains. Yeah. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you're missing one. Country cottage. Oh, you're missing Kate. Well, okay, I'll give it to you. I'll give you a bell for that too. Kate's country cottage kitchen curtains. Oh, now again, I'm going to ask the question, what is it about Kate that causes children to, oh, never mind. I see it. I was going to say, what is it about her that causes children to lean away from her? I got it. I see it. No. I see it. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Those poor kids. Could you imagine being subjected to something like that so close to you? And those little bony hands and bony arms reaching out for you like tentacles, like a praying mantis, those little bony arms reaching out at you. Ugh. Ugh. And of course, this is an older pic right here. This is what kids see when Kate surprises them at an event. Like, for instance, here on the left side, I believe that was in the Caribbean. Now, as you guys know, a lot of people grow up with, you know, some of the traditions and such that the family has known for a long time. And I'm pretty sure that given the traditions of the Caribbean, I'm sure that somewhere there may be a folk tale about someone. Let me stop. I'm sure there's some folk tale about some serpent from the deep that steps onto the island and grabs children. Oh, let me stop. And then, of course, Starsky and Hutch here. I love these kids. I mean, he's sitting there like, what? Oh, man, I don't want to do this. And the other one, he is like trying to play invisible. The one with the red sweater jumper on, he's trying to pretend like, he's like, if I just stand still, maybe she won't notice me. And the other one, he's just like, I didn't come here for this. And then, of course, are you guys ready for it? Deuces. Deuces. My boys say deuces. Yep. Deuces. That just goes to show the extent of interest that these kids have with Kate. And what about this one? Bye. Remember that one where she mumbled something to the room and she was there to tell them about the early. She was there to tell them about the early years and your brain is doing this. And if you do that in the early years, and those kids are like, bye. That was not a good day for her. They really have to stop doing this. That was not a good day. And yet they keep using, I'm just going to say it, exploiting these kids for the sake of a photo op. This is exploiting. It's exploitation. It's deuces. Ba-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da. Whoop-de-whoop. But on a more serious note, I think it's time to look inward and worry about your own children. Worry about their well-being. Try to get some of those cameras off of them because it seems as though it is having an impact on their household. When most kids should be out having fun, there's the Cambridge kids with a sense of duty in 2023. Suit and tie, sailor suit, short pants and all. Joan Garcia says, Baron, do you have two photos comparing the differences between Kate and Meghan visiting with groups of kids? Actually, I was avoiding that. Although I did think about it, but I was avoiding that because I don't want to do those kind of comparisons unless it's super, super necessary. I am trying to avoid it. But yeah, I mean, I could think of several occasions where they wouldn't let Meghan go. I could, and I started to, and I said no. But yeah, I do have plenty photos like that, but I just didn't want to damage our Sussex's image by putting her anywhere close to this one. But thank you for the super chat. Okay. Oh yeah, the Addams Family Jubilee, the Addams Family Christmas, the Addams Family Halloween, the Addams Family Jubilee. I'll never forget this one, the Addams Family Jubilee. You got thousands of people in front of Buckingham Palace, smiling and waving, and this is their response. Ugh. Not even a smile. Now, you guys have heard of, what is it? Pinky blinders. Anyway, these are the people that were not invited to Diana's funeral. The journalists, the editors who were told by Charles Spencer, do not show up. And so I decided to rename them the Stinky Whiners. Yes, the Stinky Whiners, including, of course, Hoghead Pierce Morgan. He was in the early stages of Hoghead. Stinky Whiners. And You guys, this young man right here, he needs to stop. He needs to stop. I forgot what his name is. It's Weezer, something like that. He got to stop. If some of the stunts that he has pulled, some of the pranks that he has been doing, if he had done that in the United States, as a matter of fact, in the comments, you see stuff like, do that in Chicago, do that in New York, do that in Texas. Why don't you do that in Alabama? Do that in Virginia. Matter of fact, do that any place in the United States, and you would probably return looking different than you arrived. It is, I don't like prank videos. I really do not like prank videos. And I have to tell you, as an African American, if you are not African American and you have African American friends, do not prank. Okay? Do not prank. I know you may see African Americans on videos pranking each other and stuff like that. Do not prank. Okay? Just don't. Especially if there's any racial elements to it. Do not prank. I know a lot of black people that do not prank other black people. As a group, we have been deeply impacted by certain things in life. So I'm just saying, do not prank. But yeah, this kid has done stuff like walking into the house of a stranger and sitting down. And he's from the UK, by the way. He has, I think the one that I would have to say was the worst. He walked into a shop and he walked up to a woman of color, a woman of African descent, and he said, Mama, do you remember me, Mama? And she just kind of tried to brush him off politely. And then finally, he started saying, what happened to father? And something like that. And she walked to the back of the shop and she told the shop owner or the clerk or whatever, she said, do you know him? She said, because he is going to, well, anyway, before you know it, she turned around and said, don't F with me. I'm not the one. You better get out of this shop. So yeah, I with everything that is going on these days, and especially for as dangerous as things are for young African descent men, please stop that. Please stop doing what you're doing, because this is getting so out of hand. And as you can see, he was actually, remember I told you, Piers Morgan found somebody else black to take a picture with? There he is. Piers Morgan announced that he was the fastest growing YouTuber. Yeah, this young man has got to stop doing what he's doing, because he is going to find himself in a lot of trouble. And there he is right there. This is the one on the right side. That's when he walked into somebody's house, a stranger, and sat down on the couch. He said he was there for a study group or something like that. It was scary. It was very scary. And I'm just saying, the world has become a very, very different place. Even if you ain't in Texas, the world is becoming a very, very different place. So if anybody knows that young man, tell him to stop doing what he is doing, because he is going to get himself severely injured. And with that, you guys, thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Hour and a half, not bad. And I know Church Nelly, he's playing with fire. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, moderators, for keeping this a safe space. And thank you to the subscribers and, of course, the members who have donated to Royal Sussex. Yeah, thank you all very much. And I will see you all tomorrow. yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. Remember, the link for the new channel is at the top of the page. Let me see where we are with subscriptions now. Wow! Look at what God can do. 1,000 subscribers. Do you guys realize that you all have doubled those subscriptions since last night? 1,000 subscribers. I guess you guys must have went over there and liked what you see, huh? 1,000 subscribers. Thank you very much, Sussex Squad. We are supporting a new team player, I hope. I mean, it's not necessarily a Sussex channel, but anyway, you guys, we will watch and we will see how it goes. And of course, you know, when we can, we will support in any way. Let me see here. Thank you, squaddies. Wow, that is superb. All right. I'm happy. I am very, very happy. I'm so glad. So let's hope that we get some new and exciting and interesting material. I hope. So, yeah. I don't want to assume nothing because, you know, that's somebody else's thing. But I'm hoping. I'm just hoping because I loved everything that she said. And I thought she was just, I think she's awesome. So, thank you, everybody. Love you guys. Also, thank you to our queens as per usual. Where are our queens? Where are our queens? Our queens, our queens. Where is the queens? Oh, there we go. There we go. Our queen in heaven, the people's princess, the queen of hearts. And of course, our queen of everything, the rock of the Sussex family. All right. I'm very happy. Okay. Thank you, guys. And I am going to cue the Ginger Avenger, and I will see you all tomorrow. May have a very late start tomorrow. But of course, as a matter of fact, deliberately so, because I want to see what's happening with the Gracies. So, for those of you guys that live in a faraway time zone, I do apologize in advance, but I will probably start much, much later tomorrow. Okay? Thank you very much. And now I'm going to look for the last word. There we go. Peace and love, everyone. Thank you, Educate You too. And thank you, Connie Balmer, for that. Let me see here. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Please like, share, subscribe, and join. Yeah, I just kind of think that she has like a real voice for the millennials. You know what I'm saying? I think that she'll be like a really, really cool voice for the millennials and the Gen Zers and such. But yeah. Oh, where is it? There we go. Yeah, I think she has something that really appeals, and yeah, I mean, because you know, we need different types of voices. We need more voices, and I think that's going to be a good thing. So, I hope so. I wait. I hope. You know, again, that's somebody else's thing. We don't know what direction her channel is going to go, but I do know one thing for sure. We have doubled. It was 477 last night. Now it's over 1,000. Look at what God can do. I love it. All right. And I love you guys. I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you very much. And cue Ginger Avenger. All right. And here we go.